She hands it off to Jackson. Jackson uses the screen, lost the handle, bounce pass to Plum. Plum loses it, regains it, throws it up for grabs. Grabbed by Boston out of the sky, and we're going to have a foul here. No, a timeout taken by Indiana.
What I love the most about this squad is that, just like O said, like we instill confidence, the coach instills confidence that any shot you take, shoot it with confidence because we trust you and we trust that you're going to make it. And I feel like that's just really helped us down the line because no matter who comes in, no matter who steps up, we're all just really happy for each other.
Steph mentioned, whenever she sees you with the two black eyes, she smiles in a way because it just exemplifies your toughness. Do you feel tough in these kinds of situations with these two black eyes?
I mean, that's what people keep telling me. Every time she sees me, she smiles and then she says, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, you don't need to be sorry. This is what it is.
Aaliyah Boston didn't just talk after the game. She proved every word on the court. With the Fever beaten down by injuries, she came up huge. 22 points, 11 rebounds, and a career-best 6 steals, all topped off with the game-clinching stop. Her post-game message wasn't just talk. It was the blueprint behind Indiana's biggest win of the season. And when it looked like momentum might slip away, one unexpected hero sparked the run that slammed the door on LA. This win didn't just add to the standings, it might have changed the entire direction of the Fever season. Fire if you're hyped for the squad, drop a big Fever win in the comments. Let's go!
Fever down!
How do you win when nearly half your roster is stuck in street clothes? That was the cloud hanging over Indiana as they stepped into LA. Caitlin Clark sidelined. Sophie Cunningham out. Sydney Coulson and Ari McDonald missing. 4 guards gone. 4 playmakers gone. 4 voices stripped from the rotation. For most teams, that's a death sentence in a playoff weight game. But the Fever didn't have the luxury of folding. They showed up with nothing but grit, heart, and absolute belief in the ones still standing.
About the resilient, nature of our team. I think one other thing that sometimes goes missed is just the character of these women, right? Especially this group that's been here, that's gone through all of this, and then the ones that we brought in with O and Shay and AP. I mean, these are women who care about winning. These are women who care about one another. These are women who sacrifice every single day.
This wasn't just about a long injury list. And it wasn't just another random August game. The Sparks weren't some ordinary opponent. They were the one team Indiana couldn't crack all year. 3 meetings. 3 losses. Each more frustrating than the last. Add the standings to the mix and the stakes got even higher. The Fever hanging on to 6th place, barely clinging to a playoff spot, while LA sat just 2 games back in 9th, ready to pounce. That margin could disappear in a heartbeat. And with Indiana dropping 4 of their last 5, the question was everywhere. Were the Fever collapsing at the worst possible moment?
And when I'm playing, I forget about it, and then I go look at the mirror, I'm like, oh shit, they're still there. So yeah, I don't really think too much about it because I don't necessarily feel them all the time.
Yeah, and you're still able to see completely fine?
Yep.
All right.
Nothing's changed.
All right, perfect.
Picture the challenge. A team that looked fragile from the outside, staring down the final 5 games of the season with patchwork lineups. At this point, it wasn't about chasing perfect rhythm. It was about surviving every possession. That mindset became their blueprint. Every player who stepped on the floor had to give more than their role usually asked. Every minute mattered. Every touch carried weight beyond the box score.
Originally, I was like, I just need to get the swelling to go down in my forehead. So I put a patch, slept with it. The next day, woke up and I was like, okay, the bump is almost gone, but now I have 2 black eyes. So that was tragic. But I mean, at this point, unfortunately won't be able to hide it. People know, so just rolling with it.
Were you able to hide it for the photo shoots?
Makeup artist did a really, really, really good job. And people that hadn't met me before were like, oh, I can't even tell. I'm like, okay, that's good. We'll take it. But I'm hoping they'll do some editing in the post.
And then there was Lexi Hull. She wasn't just out there playing, she was battling. Both eyes bruised from a collision with Gabby Williams in the last game, yet she never flinched. 2 black eyes, and she still dove for loose balls, fought through screens, hounded defenders. Hull became the embodiment of what the Fever needed that night. Show up, even when it hurts. Her presence was more than stats, it was a message. If she could fight through, then so could everyone wearing Indiana red.
I imagine on Tuesday you got checked for concussion, facial fracture. Just how much of a sigh of relief was it that you didn't have concussion or any kind of fracture in your face?
Yeah, honestly, when it happened, I was like relieved because I could feel myself like I was good to go. Like I felt completely with it. They did all the tests they needed to do and put ice on it right away, try to keep the swelling down. But I felt good knowing that like obviously it could have been a lot worse. And I'm grateful for the people online wanting to check on me and make sure that I'm okay. But I am okay. I've been fully checked out. So
That's what made this game different. It wasn't about flash or highlight passes. It was about survival. Every stop, every rebound, every bucket carried urgency. One big run from LA could have flipped it in an instant. But the fever never broke. They met the Sparks' intensity head-on and kept pushing back against a team desperate to close the playoff gap.
I like that we dug in. It wasn't ideal in terms of how the game was. It was ugly. We had moments where we were better than others, but we dug in. I mean, when you think about key defensive stops, key offensive rebounds, like AB's key offensive rebound there at the end, making plays, deflections that led to steals or deflections that led to bobbled passes.
By refusing to crack under pressure, Indiana set the stage for someone unexpected to rise. The grit of that short-handed roster opened the door for a veteran who had been waiting for her moment to step fully into the spotlight. What if the player no one expected became the closer everyone needed? That's exactly what happened when Odyssey Sims stepped onto the floor in Los Angeles. Think about it, this was supposed to be a night about survival. A short-handed team just trying to hang on long enough to steal a win. Yet somehow, a 31-year-old veteran who didn't even start became the heartbeat of the game. And for Sims, the moment...
Sims left open for three. She got it. Offensive rebound, Sims the runner. Here's Howard. Shovels Sims right at the doorstep and she gets it off the window. 3-on-3 the other way. Sims the take and finishes the lefty layup.
Carried extra weight. She was facing her former team, the Sparks, and that history fueled every possession. Sims left open for three, she hit it. Offensive rebound, put back at the rim. Push in transition, finish with the left. Over and over, she delivered this stage in her career. No one circles a backup guard in the scouting report the way they do Aaliyah Boston or Caitlin Clark. But with Kelsey Mitchell struggling to find her shot, just 5 of 14 from the floor, cracks could have appeared. Instead, Sims became the answer. She was steady. She was decisive. She treated every trip down the court like she'd been waiting her whole career for this moment. Rip on defense. Push in transition. Lefty layup. Again. The box score will say 21 points, but the numbers only tell part of the story. It was the timing of those buckets that changed the game. Sims kept her composure when the Fever needed tempo, and slowed things down when LA threatened to seize momentum. And then came the fourth quarter. The ball found her hands possession after possession. Drives through traffic. Mid-range pull-ups. Creating off the dribble. These weren't just baskets, they were daggers. She started as the secondary option. But in crunch time, Sims became the release valve. The Fever clinging to a slim edge, LA pressing back, and there she was. Wide open from deep. Sims drills the triple. Tie game at 74 moments later, an offensive rebound swings out to Mitchell, the defense collapses, the kick to Sims, and she drives straight into the paint. The runner, good. And then came the defining play. 13.6 seconds left. Indiana hanging on to hope, the ball in her hands. Sims rose into the quick floater she's crafted her whole career. Clean. Perfect. The shot that gave Indiana the lead for good, silencing the Staples Center crowd. She jogged back down the floor, arms calm, face steady. You could see it, almost like she knew this was hers all along. Post-game, she broke it down simply, I didn't shoot the ball well from 3 before that moment. But I never lost confidence. My teammates and coaches kept talking to me, reminding me they believed in me. And when it mattered most, it just came down to trusting the work. Continue to play. Continue to play. They believe in me so much, and that helped me. When I took that shot, I was open. It was do or die. It went in, and I was excited. Like I said, I was open from 3, but more importantly, we got the W. And that feels great. Later, when the microphones came out, Sims summed it all up with one line she lives by: if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That one sentence captured Indiana's entire night. No excuses. No panic. Just stay ready for the unexpected. And because Odyssey Sims stayed ready, the Fever walked out with more than a win. They walked out with proof that resilience is more than a slogan. Her words carried extra weight because of her journey. Years of bouncing in and out of the league, hardship contracts, being cut, fighting for every chance. Sims put it best: I think I'm the human definition of stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Every opportunity that's come my way, I've taken full advantage. You never know what tomorrow brings. One day you're on a roster, the next day you're not. So I just bring my energy, stay positive, and make sure it flows to my teammates. And I'm lucky to be with a good group. But as strong as she was, Sims wasn't alone. Standing right beside her was the anchor of Indiana's identity, Aaliyah Boston. Not only did she dominate, she delivered a message that still has Fever fans buzzing. The Sparks opened the game with a 7-0 run. But there was Boston, fighting back, grabbing boards, finishing through contact, setting the tone inside. Every time LA pushed, Boston answered, reminding everyone why she's the foundation of this team.